Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile is set to present the provincial budget for the year. As the economic hub of South Africa, his address is expected to attract significant attention. It comes at a crucial time when the province is grappling with various service delivery challenges. Key topics that are likely to be covered today include youth unemployment and human settlement issues. SABC News editor Tshepo Mongoai is monitoring this story, and he joins us now live from Johannesburg. And Tshepo, no overstating just how much anticipation there is, given even the comments made by the president recently about how unsatisfied he is about the state of metros in the province.
Absolutely. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers. And of course, you're absolutely right. The MEC will kick off the tabling of provincial budgets with a number of provinces, of course, going to follow. And it is going to be one of the biggest, of course, KZN, Western Cape, and of course, Gauteng having a lion's share, really, of the equitable share. And we expect that the MEC will table a budget estimated at 169 billion rand. And of course, the priorities are many, but of course, the budgets are quite limited in this particular environment. There's been a lot of pressure for provinces, including Gauteng, to find means and ways to raise their own revenue. Gauteng has been quite fortunate. They are able to raise about 5% or as compared to their total equitable share, which is estimated at 8 billion rand. So we will see if indeed they will continue to raise more revenue. There are other obligations that the province has to make sure that they are taken care of, one being that huge debt of about 20 billion rand of the e-toll. So they've so far updated us and said about 3.8 billion rand has been paid. And of course, the Minister of Finance, Gauteng, has been putting lots of pressure on the province to ensure that they continue to service that particular debt. They've also prioritized infrastructure development, and we do expect that they will set up quite a big amount of money, about 37 billion rand over the 3 years, to ensure that they take care of infrastructure. There's been backlog in terms of infrastructure maintenance and development of about 4 billion rand. So the province really needs to catch up. One of the major concerns, of course, is the fact that one of the so-called revenue enhancing strategies that they have adopted was to ensure that they maximize motor vehicle license fees that they get. So they've opted that they're going to take away that function away from municipalities so that they can get a little bit more money from that. And of course, we know that municipalities need this money. Many provinces are actually considering doing this, and this is going to affect municipalities who also depend on the commission that they earn from provincial government by registering motor vehicles. The other area, of course, is the issue around liquor tax as well as gambling tax. We know that some of the companies that are in the gambling industry have not been happy with the proposed increases, particularly in Gauteng as well as the Northwest. But of course, the ministry, the MECs in those respective provinces are determined to ensure that they maximize more revenue from those areas. Of course, gambling is one area that has really been seeing a lot of growth recently, and of course, it has the potential to generate a lot of revenue. And we know that the issue around rollovers is another concern. If you look at it, you realize that a number of provinces have been having a lot of rollovers. This is money that they have not been able to spend. And remember, in terms of the law, if you don't spend that money over 2 years, you're likely to forfeit it to National Treasury. So they have about 1.2 billion rand in rollovers, and most of it is from equitable share as well as conditional grants. That's one area where we have seen that provinces are struggling to spend, especially around conditional grants involving development and infrastructure development. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. There's a lot to chew from this budget, and of course from many other provinces. I think the issues are almost similar. There's lots and lots of pressure from provinces to ensure that they raise their own revenue. They also make sure that they find creative ways to bring in money, in addition to a very shrinking equitable share that they get from the National Treasury.